Was the Wesson gun family the same as the Wesson cooking oil family?
No, that I don't know.
Ow, my eye.
And welcome to today's Rowdy.com Big 3 Post-Fireworks edition. My name is Bassmasters. This is Buzz Cutler. We're talking Darlington, the Showtime Southern 500, and it was Showtime out there. Showtime for Regan Smith, Showtime for Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch, and Showtime for Juan Pablo and Ryan Newman before the race.
Yeah, Regan Smith capturing his first official NASCAR win. Some people might say it's his second. Officially, it's his first. You know, he's been qualifying better than pretty much anybody, so we knew there was speed in the car. It wasn't the speed that got him the victory, though.
It was tire strategy and driving at the end. I said all week, there are no fluky winners at Darlington. This was not a fluky win. Yes, circumstance helped Regan Smith. He stayed out on old tires. How weird is that? To win a race at Darlington by staying out on old tires. You know, a few years ago, obviously, we would never have said that. So Regan Smith put himself in position to win the race, but then to win it, he had to outdrive Carl Edwards, who had two fresh right side tires on a 2-lap sequence at the end, and he did it. So this was no fluke. This was great driving by Regan Smith, and that team intrigued us from the beginning of the year, Buzz Cutler. They've had some terrible finishes despite the good qualifying runs. They finally got a win, and a very big win.
I remember at their media tour event, you and I both said, you know, there's some energy around this team. There's something about this team. We feel good about them. We didn't expect them necessarily to score top 15s every week or to make the chase, but
I thought they'd do better than they were doing. Equipment from Richard Childress Racing does not hurt.
No, nor does pit crew from Stewart Haas Racing.
But Smith is proving something. He proved something yesterday, absolutely.
Right, he just needs to be able to finish.
Saturday night, excuse me.
He just needs to be able to finish what he starts.
Indeed, and he did.
All right,
issue number 2.
Issue number 2, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch. They had a little tete-a-tete.
Yeah, and this wasn't the first time. If you'll recall back to Miami last year, Cutler, Kevin wasn't too pleased with Kyle, spun him out, and then bragged afterwards to Kyle's teammate Denny Hamlin that he had parked Kyle. Well, when Kyle had the opportunity to turn the tables on Kevin, he took it. Clint Boyer takes him 3 wide. In the whole sequence of events, Kevin hits Kyle in the rear end, then passes Kyle, and when Kyle had a chance to basically move down and take Kevin out, he took full advantage, and I don't think there was much doubt. It was purely intentional.
Well,
he more or less admitted it after the race. And so I think that was all on track, and I think that would have been fine. But then you got to the little fracas on pit road there.
Yeah, I liked the fracas on pit road.
It was interesting.
I mean, here's what I didn't like about it. Kyle Busch, you were running scared. Get out of your car, go toe-to-toe, stand there, face Kevin Harvick. Don't run away in your race car like a chicken, Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch is trying to make some better choices, and he chose to avoid having
He needs to choose to stand up like a man.
Well, I don't know about that. All I know is pushing that car rolling free on pit road, maybe that wasn't the best choice. I expect NASCAR to give these guys probation.
That was funny, though, that his car just sort of rolled away.
Rolled away.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Issue number 3.
Issue number 3. Speaking of funny, Ryan Newman evidently punches like a girl.
Well, that's what Juan Pablo said, apparently, reportedly, but no one would admit it. These guys had a meeting with NASCAR that NASCAR spokesman Kerry Tharp said didn't go as planned because clearly they had a dispute at Richmond and they are not past it. They haven't resolved it. And this is the thing about these driver feuds. It's not that you never have an incident with guys. You've got to move past it, though. You've got to resolve it.
Well,
you
Ryan
can't
Newman
drive
did
around
say,
on the track. You can't drive around on the track with enemies, guys.
But Ryan Newman did say neither of us want to continue to cost one another points.
He's right.
But what I find really interesting about this is that Juan Pablo did not in any way get more conservative at Darlington. He took out Jimmy Johnson. He took out somebody else by moving up in front of them towards the wall like Ryan Newman did to him at Richmond. It was kind of ironic. So Juan Pablo was still the normal Juan Pablo out there on the racetrack.
Look, we talked last week about Joey Logano. Hey, maybe he's not standing up for himself enough, but you can stand up for yourself too much. You cannot drive around in NASCAR with 10, 12, 15 other guys pissed off at you. You're not going to get where you want to go. It's just not going to happen. You got to figure out when you get in these disputes how to resolve them. You may not agree about everything, but you have to move past it. If these feuds linger, they cost everybody. I'm not sure this one's over yet. It needs to be over for Juan's sake and for Ryan's sake. I'm not sure it's over. Same thing with Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick. They've got to move past it.
Well, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, that is definitely not over.
Yeah, and it's going to cost them.
Because Kevin Harvick is going to do something about it on the racetrack.
And that's going to cost, and then if Kyle comes back, that's going to cost. You see what I'm saying? It's not a good position to be in.
It's like a Laurel and Hardy routine, one-upping one another. Was that a forced analogy?
Pretty much.
Sorry.
Abbott and Costello?
Nah. We're Laurel and Hardy.
Briggs and Stratton? All right, that has
Wesson,
been... Yeah. Who's going to stop us? Smith, Wesson, and me. All right, that has been your Radar.com Big Three for today. For Buzz Cutler, I'm Bassmasters. Do join us at Radar.com. Great podcast today. Got a lot from Kevin Harvick, a lot from Kyle Busch. Regan Smith, of course. Don't want to overlook him. Fantastic win in Darlington. And we'll see you next time right here on the program.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.